Hey, I'm Alden, the Twin Flame Psychic, and I am doing a reading for you today for Mercury Retrograde, which started December 29th. And so Mercury Retrograde always lasts for like about 3 weeks. And so this one is in Capricorn, and it is inviting you into those kinds of Capricorn / Mercury themes of communication, goals, stability, practicality, that like kind of boss energy, but what that actually means versus like that kind of, what do I want to say, like, I guess kind of like phony vibe. So yeah, it's really like going down into grounding and helping you uproot things that are just, they're not in alignment with, you know, your like long-term, what you're building for your twin flame union. And also, you know, just like individually within your twin flame union, you always will have a twin flame, always have, and you are a twin flame. So you know, you can just like design your life with that in mind. It doesn't need to be like, you know, you don't need to keep an extra chair around for your twin flame if they're not in your life at this time. But it's like, you know, you don't need to like try to make yourself extra ugly without realizing it, and kind of then you're like blocking your twin flame, not because of the way you look, but because that's like not really how you're not designed to be like energetically like repulsive, you know, no one is. And so like your twin flame doesn't like that. And this is sometimes in alignment with how you look on the outside, but it can also be that you look really hot, you know, to most people, but you've put that out there, and like it's at the expense of doing your inner work, like finding peace within. And your twin flame will sniff that out, like, you know, like a dog sniffing for something that it's supposed to find. So that's like kind of your twin flame's job, you could say. So Mercury retrograde is a really good time for you to like kind of do that for yourself, to let the divine show you just very easily, very naturally where these things are, and surrender to that process. It doesn't need to be some, you know, turn into some crazy like pattern that just is more and more of that dumb pattern that can just go away. So let's pull some cards to see what's going on for this Mercury retrograde for your twin flame journey. And since Mercury retrograde is always about communication forms and other things as well, but that's like one of the main themes. Then this is about communicating with your twin flame on some level, okay? And going deeper into your intuition and understanding when you are right and wrong, when you see things and that are like, you could say, prophetic, versus when your mind is getting jumbled. This can help you, but it's not meant to like kind of have you depend on this part of you to propel you forward. You always really are just letting the divine in to guide you, right? And that can be through other people, through your twin flame, but like it does help you to build that confidence within, to know that yes, what I feel is my twin flame, essentially. And so whether or not they are with you, that feeling is important. And it's important to really, like, you know, tend to that garden within, and not get distracted by, like, lesser things. And so whatever else you're doing should not be a distraction, but it should be something that is a part of that ecosystem in one way or another. And you can watch my 2023 predictions for more on all of that. So these cards are the Sacred Geometry of Relationships Oracle. I really like the visuals, and I just shuffled them. And so the first card that's coming up is Curiosity. The frequency of curiosity supports our intrinsic, inquisitive nature, which is the necessary driving force behind any growth and evolution. And, this is, the word evolution is really great for moving into the new year, 2023. Definitely about that. And curiosity, yes, like being curious, like a child is curious to learn. And so also not shutting yourself off from learning more about your twin flame journey. I talk to some people and they're like, I already know everything I need to know. Thank you. And I'm like, well, I don't know everything I need to know. I was just like reading stuff the other day, some philosophy on masculine energy and feminine energy. And I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of new to me in a way. Like it built off of things that I had learned and studied. But a lot of that stuff, though, I studied, like in college, which was kind of a while ago. So it really pays to be curious and to humble yourself, and I think that you'd be surprised too at how that magnetizes opportunities to you and your twin flame to you. And it doesn't mean be overly humble and, just second guess yourself too much or let other people disrespect you and things like that. That's not being humble, but sometimes you can get confused or fall into people-pleasing patterns and things like that. And actually being curious can really help you prevent that, because it's very natural, it's like a natural way to build on what you already feel and what you already know. And so it's a very nice way to ground and go deeper and expand what you know. And it's very mercurial energy too, because there's this changing thing about curiosity. Like we say, cats are very curious, and they do change quite frequently, like just in terms of their like moods, and you're so sure like your cat wants to be pet and then you realize it doesn't, and but you're, and when something or someone is curious, it makes you curious too. It's like kind of infectious in a positive way. So being curious allows you to also like be more present with your reality and understand how you are creating your reality, and do more of that, like claim your power back, but from a like joyful and malleable place. And Mercury is that malleable, changing quality. Next card is Kindness, number 29. And Mercury Retrograde started on the 29th. The energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to Source. So this is very heart-healing energy, and, just kindness can really be like that healing balm, and there is a place for kindness in spirituality, I believe, and it's definitely not about people-pleasing or anything like that. And sometimes we come to a place of true kindness through these paths and eliminating those patterns that are not genuine kindness. And sometimes, being kind doesn't always look exactly like how you would expect. Sometimes it's being a little more honest, or just actually putting your needs first, being kind to yourself, but not like, not discounting the other as divine, even if they act like not that. There's still room for kindness somewhere, and that might be a very strong boundary, but like just you know, and recognizing that also helps you attract more opportunities to practice kindness in your life, and less opportunities to have to deal with not kindness. And you know, of course, there's that whole transcending things to the next level and all of that, and we don't always know what that is going to look like. We often don't for your individual twin flame journey, but this is, you know, one of those wonderful tools that you can have with you, that, you know, and you can really like use it in your favor. And it goes very well with faith, you know, like having faith in kindness, and having faith that like God or the divine source is kind to you, you know, in one way or another, even when things don't look so kind in your reality. And same thing with your twin flame, you know, having that same level of faith, and like allowing that healing into your heart chakra, and then expressing it, because this looks like throat and heart chakra, right? These colors. And so expressing it, but also like listening for it, also receiving it. That other side of kindness, you know, again, is the kindness of the divine. Well, that also comes through other people. And I mean, sometimes I think we've all been surprised at moments when someone is just like, you know, extra kind to you. So it seems like when you're just like, I don't know, at wit's end or whatever. And, you know, it's really just like the best thing you could hope for. And it can really like put your faith back in humanity. And that's so important, because like when you truly like lose faith in that, like that's really rough and not a good place to be in. And we do attract our realities. So like that's, you know, we're eliminating that separation consciousness on your twin flame journey. You're eliminating that, you're dissolving that, you're recognizing it's not even real, that ego-based fear, whatever, you know, everyone's against me, I'm jealous, or they're jealous, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, these things naturally come up, and like you don't need to be constantly boringly seemingly like peaceful, but it's like actually like you're suppressing something, but actually working through things. And that looks different for everyone. And one great way to find out more about that for yourself, if you haven't, or maybe just to revisit it, is to look at your moon sign. And that can show you in some ways how you process your emotions. And then, you know, also look at the so-called negative things that could come up, so that you can work through those too, and really get the most out of how you're designed to process your emotions, like work with that energy. So, and then you just like know something about yourself, and that helps you to also, you know, feel more confident with this whole kindness aspect, and not leave emotions unchecked. So the next card is Friendship, number 22. Well, this feels very twin flamey to me, even though it's friendship. The energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. So this just feels like something that's developing in your union, but also in other parts of your life. So it is important to differentiate between, you know, the twin flame love and the kind of friendship and love that you have with other people, but also that like there is that universal quality of friendship, you know, and you can have that with your twin flame too. And sometimes, you know, I kind of sadly, I guess, like seemingly you have to put up boundaries that you didn't see. Like you thought you could be friends with someone, but oh, you know, then you find out like they're attracted to you or whatever. And sometimes that can be like easy and sometimes it's not. Or what, and maybe, you know, maybe that's something you have to also work through within yourself. But if you really desire your twin flame, you're going to work through that because you're going to realize more and more that it's not worth it to be a doormat to let, you know, other people do that to you. Because I think, I mean, I don't know, like I can't say as much for how men are taught. But I can say for women, you know, like my experience is, you know, it is kind of the stereotype of like, oh, well, isn't it, it's cute, it's nice, you know, he likes you or whatever. And so it's either that or, oh, there's something wrong, right? And so not really taught about like that, those nuances, and also that like, no, you don't need to accept that from other people. Now there is a way to, like, you can't like deny if someone is paying attention to you, they're paying attention to you. And so that's okay. You know, you can have the appropriate boundaries and the appropriate ways to work with that energy and to clear that kind of, you know, even attracting that kind of stuff into your reality. And going deeper with your twin flame is really going to help you with that. And as you clear that, you have more trust, more ability to have real friendships because you're not worried about, like, you know, about that. And so I know, like, some people are going to be more developed in this area, and some people are going to be more developed in other areas. So, like, it might come very naturally to you to just go, yep, absolutely, you know, just my twin flame and friendship or nothing with everyone else. And some people, for whatever reason, might, like, need, like, well, and also if you don't know who your twin flame is, that does add an extra element of challenge, because then you are, like, you know, kind of having that, like, there's no person, like, quite manifested in your reality, so there's, you know, you're not sure who's your twin flame, so that, yeah, it's just an extra challenge, and we all have those kinds of challenges, whatever they may be, that we get to work through, but on the other side, you know, there's resolve. And and if you do know who your twin flame is, you know, this is a really great way to claim your twin flame within, is to really, like, not give up on this truth. And even if they are with you, like, there's can still be that element, or you'll be tested too, you know, because other people will try to, you know, come between you and your twin flame, usually, you know, and it's not even necessarily in that kind of a way. It can also be family and stuff, that people that just don't, well, they're not on their twin flame journey, basically. They're not comfortable with that, doing that. Well, you know, that's a no for them right now. And so, you know, it might just be best for you then to not have those kinds of people be your friends, really. Not really have those kinds of people be in your life. And some people might be trying to fool you. They're like, hey, look at these pictures of these people. These people aren't, you know, like, you've got to love them because they're your family, and, like, but you're like, something doesn't feel right here, you know. Like, love yourself first, but also don't discard a friendship or a relationship. You can always, oh, there's my heater. Yeah, so, like, I guess you can add warmth to the situation. You know, you can add kindness, And sometimes that will actually help uproot it even faster, because when you love something completely, people will either come closer to you, or you'll find appropriate ways to have a good friendship or whatever it is with appropriate boundaries. So maybe like they're more distant than they were, but it feels really good to have that, like whatever level of friendship that now has evolved to, and that's better for both of you. Or they'll be actually repelled by your genuine love, because that's not really the direction they're moving in. It's kind of loud. And they will then, like, I don't know, just kind of not be in your life a whole lot or at all. So sometimes, you know, it can actually work out pretty easily by loving completely. You don't have to struggle a lot, hopefully. And so then let's go ahead and pull a crystal card to finish up this reading for Mercury Retrograde. And just for like the main theme, what you're going to receive from whatever, you know, happens for your twin flame journey right now. Bloodstone, detoxifying root, heart, and sacral chakras. Well, this is such a blessing. And, you know, if it's number 7, and I was just reading how this year is number 7, Neptune energy, and how, you know, like your dreams can really, like if you, when you really believe in your dreams, like this could be a good time for those coming to fruition when you go along with that really like loving, dreamy energy. Not the illusion or not being delusional, because that's another side of Neptune, and hallucinating and things like that. But really going deeper with, you know, the dreamy side, the side that is like divine. That's the reality. And so Bloodstone helps to detoxify what's out of alignment with those dreams that are in your heart and in your root, heart, and sacral chakras. So in your literal reality, and that once again has to do with your dreams, you know, like manifesting. So it's like actual abundance, your actual home, your actual twin flame, you know, in the person who is your real twin flame, like really getting rid of things that are, I guess, causing separation, you could say. I mean, the cause is just like not even real, but clearing those away, detoxifying, and that's also really good for your health too, because once again, root chakra, physical body, and I'm not saying, you know, like do your normal, go see your medical professional kinds of things, but that is like good news for allowing that process to happen, this Mercury retrograde, learning your lessons, because things do manifest from the spiritual level. So when you can take care of them then, or sometimes when you do have a physical ailment, it could actually, when you really get to the root of it, you can really learn a very valuable spiritual lesson from it and really clear it on that level. And that is, you know, that's very ideal, because then that's not something that you're really it's no longer in your energy field. It's moved out of like where you attract your twin flame to your essence. So that's really always a very cool gift when that can happen, and that kind of journey can look different for different people. So also don't be ashamed of any health issues that you do have to deal with, and however it is that, you know, you do have to, or mental health, or anything else in your life that is somewhat on the physical level. Yes, mental health isn't necessarily, but it definitely usually affects that in some way. Like, you know, your finances and stuff too, like more Capricorn, like practical everyday stuff. Just going deeper with that nitty-gritty and having your needs met, and just yeah, like really not denying yourself. So wherever it is that you might be doing that, allowing the energy to flow, feeling thankful, grateful too for the energy that you are given from source, perhaps through other people you're feeling, you know, or whatever, you know, through the wonderful things and sustenance in your life. And having that gratitude, and it also shows you where, yeah, like things are not in alignment, and those can just exit your reality in one way or another. And that gratitude then, you know, naturally builds and expands, and also magnifies, once again, your twin flame person, the divine masculine or the divine feminine twin flame for you, to you, and then you can continue to harmonize your union. So that's going to be it for this Mercury retrograde reading. It was super fun doing that for you, and I hope those cards helped you, you know, with something that you're already kind of looking at in your life, or that's coming up soon. And you can check out the resources below if you would like further help, support, and guidance. And like, share, and subscribe, as always, if you feel called to. And I will see you again soon. Take care.